Exit 6. LaRon. Best me. Yeah. Let's go. I'ma be the best me, is all I gotta do. I'ma be the best me, I deserve the best things. I don't need no sympathy, people gon' remember me. When they bet against me, then people gonna lose. I'ma be the best me, but what I gotta prove. I'ma be the best me, you deserve the best things. Call before your jet leaves, all the ones in memory. We can feel your energy, we send our love to you.
Yo, I face myself in verses, they just okay with verses. I want the best me, so I figured I'd create the version. With bald tires, y'all liars and them lanes just swerving. My wordplay be perfect placement, I know it makes you nervous. Couldn't pay my mom's back, even with the latest purses. You prayed away them curses, all them days you stayed in churches. Your little boys, I know you hated how we played the cursing. That rap music drawn fluence and it plays its purpose. Enriched our lives, never basic when these raps will surface. I know how to rank you for it, I love you and I thank you for it. Mommy, you give us your last, I'm putting you first. I'm sorry for the things we did that caused you to hurt. It go.
I'ma be the best me, is all I gotta do. I'ma be the best me, I deserve the best things. I don't need no sympathy, people gon' remember me. When they bet against me, then people gonna lose. I'ma be the best me, but what I gotta prove. I'ma be the best me, you deserve the best things. Call before your jet leaves, all the ones in memory. We can feel your energy, we send our love to you.
Yo, a prized possession, but not picture perfect. I give advice over our meals because I think you're worth it. I'm flawed like your name when I write it out in cursive. I know my angel's lurking, even if I ain't attend your service. Help me complete my purpose, keep me safe from them jealous ones that can't tell us none. Haters be like them broke hitters with that dirt weed who can't sell us none. Rap game, everybody wanna deal with the hell is this, a sale or something? The way they ride them waves, gonna mess around and get a sale or something. Defeating all my weaknesses, I don't even know what week it is, but the best is yet to come. I know it's hard for you to see it big. The hurt and loss and trauma is still strengthening up my armor. It's still people wishing me bad, I know they still getting that karma. Listen,
I'ma be the best me, is all I gotta do. I'm coming for everything, I put that on everything. You deserve the better things, I deserve the better things. When they go against us, then people gonna lose. I'ma be the best me, is all I gotta do. I'ma be the best me, I deserve the best things. I don't need no sympathy, people gon' remember me. When they bet against me, then people gonna lose. I'ma be the best me, but what I gotta prove. I'ma be the best me, you deserve the best things. Call before your jet leaves, all the ones in memory. We can feel your energy, we send our love to you. I'ma be the best me, is all I gotta do. I'ma be the best me, I deserve the best things. I don't need no sympathy, people gon' remember me. When they bet against me, then people gonna lose. I'ma be the best me, but what I gotta prove. I'ma be the best me, you deserve the best things. Call before your jet leaves, all the ones in memory. We can feel your energy, we send our love to you.
Fucked over, niggas wanna run up in my spots and
Yo, what's good, YouTube? You already know, man. It's your boy LaRon, female rapper lead, back with another video. So look, come in, please make sure that you thumbs up the video. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications, so you know each and every time I go live, upload videos and all of that. So the jury has reached a verdict in the Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez case, and they found Tory guilty on all 3 charges. So I just want to bring up the article first. Give me a second. I want to give me a moment. I hope all of y'all doing well. Holiday season. What's up? Who up in here? What's up, Micheline? Today is a crazy day. What's up, Lala? What's up, your local Arab? Please leave a... Hold on. What's up, Lola? Yeah, so this is like unfortunate. I mean, I can't say, I want to say this. Let me reiterate. I feel like this, you know, we say God's will be done, right? They found him guilty. I mean, I want to bring this article up real quick. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Listen, and you know, it was like this whole week was just a whirlwind, like with not knowing where this case was going to land, but they reached the verdict. I want to get into the article. Please come in, thumbs up the video. A lot of people are upset in the comments. They said this is BS. So All right, let's move on. So Tory Lanez found guilty on shooting Megan Thee Stallion, facing likely deportation. All right. So Tory Lanez is guilty of shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot back in 2020. A jury has decided. The verdict came in Friday, just before the holiday, where a group of LA jurors found the Canadian rapper guilty on all three charges against him: felony negligent discharge of a firearm, assault with a semi-automatic firearm, and carrying a loaded and unregistered firearm. After the verdict was read, several members of Tory's family, including his dad and stepmom, shouted, "The system stands before God," and calling the jurors evil. Deputies surrounded his family members and escorted them out of the courtroom. Um, let's see. Tory was filmed entering the court before the verdict was read, telling cameras that his spirits were high. I don't want to fuck with TMZ. You know that they're gonna hit your shit. They like that. So check out TMZ.com if you want to click that video and see Tory being filmed before court, telling people that his spirits were high in regards to this matter. I will say this. Let me finish the article and then I'll say what I say. So Tory now faces more than 22 years in prison, which is determined during the sentencing on January 27th. If he's deported back to, is it Barbados, where he's from? If he's deported, does that mean he still has to do will he still be sentenced to time? Like, how does that work? Somebody leave that in the comments, because I'm not an expert on that. So let me know. So January 27th, sources connected to the case tell us that Tory's lawyers were both in touch with immigration officials before the guilty verdict, and we've been told that they've been informed that there's a strong likelihood that he will be forced to leave the country. Wow. So this marks the conclusion of the wild 2 weeks in court, which saw a handful of witnesses take the stand to recount what they say happened on the fateful night. Megan herself obviously testified, squarely pointing the finger at Tory as the shooter. She said that she saw Tory with the gun, explained she remembers him firing it at her from his Cadillac Escalade, and claims he shouted, "Dance, bitch." Megan Thee Stallion also testified that Tory offered her $1 million to keep quiet. Meg was called out by the defense for several items, including the fact that she initially wasn't forthright about having an intimate relationship with Tory Lanez, and she initially told police that how her feet got injured. All right, so Kelsey. So defense also tried to target Meg's ex-BFF Kelsey as the shooter, and the reason she might have shot her was because of alleged creeping behind her back with the guys like Ben Simmons, the baby, and Tory himself, a revelation that apparently sparked a major argument amongst all three of them in the car. What exactly happened in the car was a major source of contention during the trial. When Megan had one version of events, Kelsey seemed to have a different story, albeit with very spotty memory, understand, and created the stop and go recounting under oath. So artist Mona Schaefer in the courtroom for Kelsey's testimony today, follower or whatever. So yeah, what she did definitively testify on the stand. She wasn't the one who shot Megan, but she wasn't willing to go as far as to say Tory did. But remember, prosecutors were eventually able to get the green light to play a prior interview she's given investigators in September. So are people mad at Kelsey now? Like, you have to realize this. What I think in this case, you know how people were saying that there were reasonable doubt, and everybody, even the people who I felt like weren't biased reporting on this, a lot of people were saying that, even though that they feel as though, they felt as though Tory did it, they felt it was too many lies and it was too many loops in the story. But you know what I will say? I feel personally, and you might disagree, I don't think a person's sexual history really has anything to do with, any violence. And if you heard me in my commentary, I've disclosed things to people who I spoke to on the phone if I speak to them like that about who I felt like did it. But when I come up here, I don't want to point the finger. No, I felt like based on the story, the way that it was presented and probably mixed up to create that type of reasonable doubt, it was kind of looking like I felt as though, and listen, I felt as though Kelsey could have did it too. So to be fair, I said that, but I have my true feelings of who I really felt, and that doesn't really matter here. But yeah, so hold on a second. So I wonder, what do the people feel about Kelsey now? Because you have to realize her testimony still weighed in heavy. They mentioned when they played it, when she spoke to prosecutors, she didn't sound under pressure or anything. So people you got to look that way too, because during this whole trial when Kelsey testified, people were feeling her and they felt like she did some gangsta ass shit up in the pulpit. She ran up in the pulpit, but months prior, can we say she was being a fraud, or was she being truthful, or she was deaf? She was definitely singing a different tune. But you ran up in the pulpit and then you sung. You can't do that. And I'm telling you, if you honestly, I don't see I don't see how, if you, especially if you from the streets, that shit is not G. So that means that you did snitch, basically. But she probably did that because maybe that was her maybe it was her truth. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. Or maybe she could have we don't know what she told the judge. Remember, they said that she went back to the chambers with the judge. We don't know what she told them. We really don't know. Let's keep going. So I want to know how people feel about Kelsey, because I just want to say that that information weighed heavily in. If they didn't have that interview, I don't think they would have been able to convict him. And then they use the text messages and stuff too, right? All right, so let's keep going. Let's see. So other witnesses took the stand too, but none of them were as consensual as Megan and Kelsey, including the guy who was supposed to saw the two women fighting from his balcony. Ultimately, he wasn't very definitive about who he says fires a gun. I wonder if Tory will appeal this, though. You know that they'll definitely appeal this. The physical evidence in the case wasn't strong. There was a gun residue found on both Kelsey and Tory. The inconclusive DNA found on the gun itself. Tory never took the stand, and neither did the driver that night, Jaquan Smith. Aside from the cops and witnesses, witness to Kylie Jenner party that preceded all of this, it really boiled down to Kelsey and Meg. And the jury obviously sided with the prosecutors. As for the court of public opinion, the jury is still very much out. People certainly took sides on social media and traditional media too, but now it's unclear if the allegiances will change. So a long and twisted journey finally over. So, but when will Tory be sentenced? Does anybody know that? I knew he did it. He should appeal. The government and black women will put you under the jail. That's how you feel about that? I mean, the crazy part about it is I want to be truthful. The way they mix this shit up and the way that it's presented and the reasonable doubt being presented and all of that, just seeing it, whatever, right? But I want to say this also. This is why sometimes you can't take everything serious. Like I'm gonna say this in this regards, right? When you watch like TV and you watch like a court case or whatever, people have to talk because that's something that they're good at. It doesn't matter how good it sounds that you're doing something. You're supposed to do that. But when you got one in the hole, you got one in the hole. That's how I feel personally. You understand what I'm saying? Like you could get up here and you could talk that. Let me tell you this, right? And y'all know that you might think that I'm crazy. When it comes to doing commentary, there's a lot of people who are I know of a lot of people, but there's certain people who I reoccurringly listen to. It's a reason that I listen to them because they check certain check marks with me that I like. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So he needs to appeal. What you say? The evidence and go off. Pick and choose. Or his sentence is not until January 27th. Thank you, Zay. I appreciate that. I want to tell you guys this, right? So this person saw it out that I was like having this conversation with this whole Megan situation. Last week I was talking about how I felt a little bad because I felt personally I wasn't humanizing Megan. I was looking at her for the shiesty person that she is. Point blank, period. Megan does deserve justice. I felt like the way that, and even though Tory is found guilty right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, with the way that they mixed this up and the way that they made the story appear with Kelsey having a gun and all of that, it still is a little confusing to me. It really is. Because the way that the story was mixed up. But I will say this, I think they wanted it to be mixed up like this. I truly do. I think that they did. Whoever is the mastermind behind it, I think it's supposed to be mixed up like this, to be honest with you. That's my true feelings. They saying Megan sue a lot of black bloggers. Yeah, I did hear about that too. So can I ask you this? Do you think this is going to give Megan the green light and she's going to go forward and start suing or whatever? I don't know. It's just weird to me that people, no matter what side they're on, they feel so strongly about a situation we weren't there to see. Yeah. That's true, but also con ending. I don't know what other comments you left across other channels and stuff like that. So you could have been possibly singing another tune. You know, we all had an opinion in the, you know, in regards to this case. I felt like my whole approach with this case from the beginning, from when it started, was just that I didn't feel like I really showed compassion because I was so still kind of like upset with the way that Megan did Nikki, to be honest with you. And then I had to like just think like that shit don't have nothing to do with her. And I know that a lot of people may omit and they may lie and make it seem like, oh, it doesn't have, it does have a lot to do with the way that a lot of people are commenting on Megan online. I'm not talking about content creators. I'm talking about people who are just on Twitter, just general people. They just mad. It's just mad. Like for what? If that was your family member, regardless, you would want justice for them. So I'm not mad at it at all. I would just say that I can't like rejoice. I'm gonna say this so it won't sound weird, and I don't want people to think like, oh, no, I'm not gonna rejoice that Tory was found guilty, but I am happy that Megan got justice. The way that people try to talk about her, talk about her sex, talk about things that they probably did. A lot of y'all be hoes, and then y'all tried to ho her because it's holiday season. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why y'all try to do that. A lot of y'all know you done sucked a lot, you done juggled a lot. And then you try to really make her like the illest hoe. Like, come on. Like, you know that. A lot of y'all body counts way high, mile high. And people just try to make her seem like the sluttiest vegan. And I just really didn't get it. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future. I'm pretty sure Megan is celebrating right now. She probably got something that's about to roll out. I didn't know if he was found not guilty, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know how that was going to impact Megan's career. But I will tell you this, right? I felt as though that if he was found not guilty based on reasonable doubt, it still would have been people who supported her because people were having a conversation about that, certain loopholes or whatever the case may be. But I guess those things, I want to ask you, let me know in the comments, what do you think got Tory convicted? Do you think it was the text messages, press 1, or do you think it was Tory's, or was it Kelsey's interview with the prosecutors in September? Press 1 if you think it was the text messages. Number 1 is the text messages and the jail phone call, or press 2 if you think it's Kelsey's interview that kind of like that accused him as she accused him as the shooter. Already deleted all her music. The text messages. You think it was the text messages, Jazz? Yeah, I felt like they weighed in heavy. Yeah, I felt like both of them. I felt like both. Rock Nation paid all the jewelry. She was drunk and high. That was drunk and high. Yeah, man. So this is going on. Let me see if there's anything. Let me stop sharing this. Please make sure you thumbs up the channel. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Make sure that you support Cash App on the screen. Let me drop that on the screen. And you can also super chat. So let me read. The next ain't proved nothing. The British witness. And I think also that testimony from the eyewitness, I think that kind of hurt Tory too. Do you think so? Because he said that he's seen Tory acting erratic and all of that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I felt really bad for Megan Thee Stallion after he said that she was being jumped and stuff. And then I was so many people, different bloggers going around saying like, why did Megan get back into the car? And then we heard in the testimony that they put her back in there, but nobody talked about it and nobody cared. All I'm saying is that I'm not googly-eyed over Megan's actions as an individual, but I do have sympathy for her for being a victim of violence. And I feel like you're wilding if you can't see that. Hold on. Yeah, it's really cold. Very, very cold. Not only that, but what about Kelsey jumping in? Yeah, she would lose respect for the industry, especially male rappers. Why would you? Do you want that, Zay? Listen, so I want to tell y'all this, right? So I had a conversation with one of my subscribers who I have this conversation with, right? So they basically told me that they let a family member listen to my live and they was playing how I was responding to them, saying how I felt like they wasn't showing any compassion for Megan Thee Stallion, right? So, but, right? So they played it and they said that their family member agreed that I was wrong, right? So listen, so the next day, this individual ends up inboxing me like, you know what? You're right. I was not being sensitive. But I said, you know what's so crazy? You told me that you told your family member this, but I bet you didn't go back to them and tell them that you were being insensitive. And you know what? Foxy Brown, shout out to her because she was always right. She always said in her interviews back in the day, she was like, yeah, the papers will always lie on you, but the retraction is always silent. And that's what it is. So this person tried to make me look bad to their family member and made it seem like I was bugging because they wasn't having no compassion to Megan. And I didn't understand it, but they didn't go back to Madre and tell her that how they agreed. And yeah, the admittal. They never come back. They never, they do the exposal, but they never come back with the admittal. They never come back with the admittal ever. So she'll be a don't know if it can pan out though. It's so sad that a woman get away with so much. Megan gets alive. Megan gets alive until so many different stories, and she gets away with it. But you ain't even showing no sympathy for her. You must not have any women. Pito. You must not listen. I don't understand how a person could be really mad either way with this. And I feel like personally, if you have it's not even a thing against women or men, but at this moment, it was a woman who suffered violence. So when a person say that, stop trying to break them down. Like, but what about a man? Come on. Somebody was a victim of violence. So do you feel like people don't deserve justice? Tell that to your daughters. Tell that to your nieces, and tell it to your cousins. And when somebody beat the shit out of them, tell them that. Tell them that they don't deserve whatever. Just make sure y'all start saving them money, saving that money for them funerals. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just do that. What about Kelsey? What about it? I would never. You know what's so crazy? I felt like if Kelsey, right, even if she was like, if she was the person who fired the gun that caused this or whatever, right? The case was against Tory, and again, that's why I asked y'all in the chat, what do you think weighed heavily in with this moving forward with Tory? Do you think it was the text messages, or do you think it was Kelsey's statement? It was the fact that Kelsey lied, and then people were so cozy on the fact that Kelsey said she lied. It was interesting just listening to a lot of different people's commentary about the case this week. It's been a really interesting week. Ron, also tell your daughter don't lie on. Of course, come on, of course. Rock Nation paying him. They said that they deporting him back to Canada. Okay, Canada. And Tory tried to stop, probably had Megan went straight home and left Tory with Kylie. Let's see, but if Kelsey was the one that did it and Megan blamed Tory, that's wrong as fuck. Hold on a second. Let's see. What's this? Okay. All right, we could do that. We could do it. I could make it happen. Mine double platinum. Stay stashing. So I would tell my daughter she don't have to chase out there no man. Okay, Pito. But what would you say if she was a victim of violence? Would you tell her to just, you know what I'm saying? It's like that show Snap. Kelsey probably could have gotten away with a crime of passion. She just slept with her dude. So is there anybody out there who feels any sort of compassion for Megan Thee Stallion, or do you all just feel like this verdict is incorrect? I will tell her to tell the truth the first time, right? But you know what I want to say about this, Pete, though? Especially if you from the hood, I want y'all to all stop lying. This is what I want you to do. Stop lying. Stop making it seem like that tattletale, that snitch shit is good in the hood, and especially with Megan being a rapper. Come on. You know that at first when you might lie about some shit, even that situation, the people will, even with her saying that her and Kelsey, they were bumping or whatever. It's like that wasn't you from Boston. But should we have sympathy if she kicked out the car window for? No, this is what I'm trying to say. How can you come up with this? She kicked the car window out with the metallic fragments come from if the gun was fired and it was warm. Like, it's like when you go into, and I was talking to this one individual last night and I was just like, you know what it is for me? And I said this, shout out to, I'm going to tell you this, right? Date people who make you better. Date people who make you better. You know what? When I was younger, I used to come up with when I was younger and I was dating this person, I used to come up with like I just like what if stories or what ifs, right? And so the person I was dating, they was just like, we would talk about it. Of course, you would discuss it, but like you and these what ifs, and then you realize that's just so much wasted time. Fuck the what is, what it is, what it is. Fuck the what ifs. You waste so much time on the what you, what yeah. I'm tired of the what ifs. Me personally, I'm tired of it. There's so many innocent people sitting in jail right now because of this. So Pito, you don't think anything happened to Megan? I haven't seen you say anything in regards to you just feel like she lied. So who fired the gun? I don't know how I feel about she didn't deserve to get shot, but I do feel a toxic person is going to bring toxic energy. If you want to be, if you judging, right? You know what's so crazy? People would sit up and they would talk about how the baby is very toxic in his behavior and stuff. But can you agree and do you think that Tory is toxic in his behaviors as well? Kelsey did it. Do you think that Tory has any toxic behaviors as well? Do you think that played a role? Like, uh prior situations, do you think that played a role in the guilty verdict as well? Like, I really think it was that Kelsey statement. It was the fact that she flaked and she lied. You got to realize, what was the reason for you to lie? She should have been in. If they would have played that tape and it sounded like she was being pressured, I would have been like, these fuckers is screwed. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would have been like, they screwed. But we didn't hear any of that. But the reports that we got, she sounded really cozy. I don't know about that girl. When she got shot, she was still doing the most. A month later, she was in the jacuzzi with her bodyguard and the gun. I'm glad she's alive, thank God. But I don't care much for her. See, Linko Valdez, you still had some empathy and sympathy, and that's all that matters. And people to make it seem like it take that much. People make it seem like it takes that much. That's all you got to have. I'm not fond of Megan, but I'm not going to sit up here and rejoice the Lord and pray that, she doesn't get any justice. She deserves justice. I would not want something to happen to my nieces, my friends, the women who I love in my life. I wouldn't want nothing to happen to my brothers, of course, but I wouldn't want nothing to happen to somebody and then no justice. No justice at all. So I'm pretty sure Megan, she's probably feeling good. She can move forward. Let's see what this new music comes. Let's see what her music sounds like now. Is she gonna channel into a new Megan? What is this going to bring forward? Remember, he punched August Alsina for ignoring him. It's a lot of. I see why certain people just stay to themselves. Like with Nikki just stay to herself. She just be off the grid. Like if she's working and it's like season to be performing and out, she's out. But if it ain't, it's no reason to be out. Like they need to be locked up then. Yeah, exactly, because someone shot her and it was Tory. See, justice. If she wanted justice, she could have just pressed charges. Let's go to the shade. Let's go to the shade room and see what they talking about over there. I know Megan going to be turning up. I know she's happy that she got justice. I know that she's happy. I know she is. And you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not happy that Tory is facing whatever, but I'm happy that she did get justice. Tory Lanez's father says to his sons. Let's bring this up real quick. I can't lie to y'all. I am happy for Megan that she got justice. I'm very happy for her. Oh, wow. So Tory Lanez has been taken into custody. All right. So Tory Lanez has been taken into custody by the Los Angeles Sheriff Department. He is set to be sentenced on January 27, 2023. There is no word of any bond at this time. I was having a conversation with a person yesterday and I was telling them, right? I think a lot of the times people, they get caught up, especially when you love somebody. I know what that means because I remember around the time when Foxy had lost her, like she was going through her hearing loss, and it was like she was doing so many different things back like in the early 2000s in the news, because it was like her, she wasn't doing anything with music, but it was like she would do things to keep her name in the news, like just wilding out in stores, just doing crazy shit. And it got to a point where I was just like, this is her doing this shit. It's like, I could love Foxy Brown, but the person who's behind it. So that's what I'm trying to say is like, I feel like some people, you can love a person so much, but it's like people are, we're all just human beings, flesh, right? We all have anger issues. Some control more than others. I was just like, listen, I'm gonna tell you to be honest, right? I got into this little accident today, and thank God that the accident, it didn't damage my vehicle, but my vehicle got hit. I got like a little dark mark on my back door. But let me tell you what happened. So I'm trying to like go and turn and go up this one road, and this one car is like, I haven't followed it for a minute, and it was just going extremely slow. What they did was I kind of like got into the next lane and I sped up, but then I tried to like cross over and they hit the back of my door. I got out of my car like, oh my God. Went to the car. It was just like literally like probably like the size of a fucking nickel, like a little dark mark. It wasn't dented or nothing. And then the lady, she's like, oh my God. And I was like, are you okay? She ain't have nothing on her car. We both just left. I was like, see, God, he have his eye on the sparrow. And I know I know he watches me. I know he does. But what I want to tell you in the admittal is the reason why we got into that accident is because I raged at that moment. I was so mad and I just, boom, I got into that left lane, boom, and then I crossed back over. When I crossed back over, I heard boom. I was like, what the fuck? And it was my fault. So I have to take that. So even I myself is not perfect. I tell y'all every day that when I be in traffic, sometimes I get so infuriated that I'll just be like, I said this is what I be saying, right? And I don't want to say this as a affirmation, but I'll be like, this is why God won't make me a millionaire, because if somebody pisses me off in traffic, I'll just eat the charge and just ram they shit like boom, just hit they shit. But in the real world, you can't do that. But that goes through my mind because people be doing dumb shit in traffic. When you live in a city that has a massive traffic, and sometimes I get really mad in the car. So yeah, Kelsey Gummin's come out with the truth. You think so, Bernice? Bernice, what do you think about Megan getting justice? You leave a comment regarding that. Now the Arabs and the brothers and sisters also, I don't believe they are celebrating and praying that the Black Madonna, I believe that they're cursing her with all these evil energy. All right. Somebody said this man has been feeling like he's been untouchable for years. Hopefully sitting down a while will help him with his inner self. Do you feel like, I do feel like Tory does have that with the baby too, that untouchable type of spirit. You can admit that. I know that like Foxy Brown, I love her to death, but I know that she has some ways that contributed to not saying her injury, of course, contributed to her downfall, but she has some ways too. Like she has some ways. Like, let me tell you this, right? Back in the day, I remember when Foxy came out with her album. Thank you, Pito. I appreciate the 99-cent sticker. Please support the channel, Super Chat, Cash App. I prefer Cash App. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? So, hold on. All right. So, all this case accomplished was driving a deeper wedge between Black women and Black men. You think so? Have you ever been in a domestic violence type of situation or anything? It's hey. You think that, or do you think? Cases like this is not the first case, I'm pretty sure, of assault against a woman by a man. You know what I'm saying? This is not the first case. So Megan's case is just publicized because she's an entertainer rapper. But play the video of Tory Zach calls out Des Perez and Nation and Jay-Z. All right, so Zay, Zay, are you happy that Megan Thee Stallion got justice? I think I asked you that already. I don't know if you answered it, but I didn't see anything. So Los Angeles DA George Gekon releases a statement following the verdict. This trial has highlighted numerous ways that our society must do better for women. Justice for Megan Thee Stallion. I'm happy she got justice. Come on, don't be so mad. Like a lot of y'all. Hold on. And I'm not up here celebrating Tory's defeat. I'm not, but I'm happy that Megan got, and she can move on from here. You got to move on. This shit been going on for how long? All right. I ain't gonna do that. And then Tory said, I'm going to leave this hair one more time and watch how it ages. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against me in judgment shall be condemned. You sit and watch now and don't ever question the God I serve again. This is my last tweet. Everybody's still blaming it on Kelsey, but nobody is saying, good Megan got justice. What is going on with these people? But Justin May got May caused all this shit. No evidence or whatsoever. Megan was drunken and lied. But you know what? I said this too in this conversation that I had. I do think you know what it's like to be drunk. You know that you have some details mixed up. Or if a person got shot, Megan, let me tell you this. They used them text messages. They used that phone call. They used Megan's statement. They used Kelsey's interview. I felt like that played a vital role. And they used that eyewitness account. So I felt like it's like, I feel like if Kelsey if she was telling the truth, it probably would have helped Tory, to be honest. I'm glad she got justice. She said he did it. If Kelsey did it, then she would have said that. I think if I'm gonna be honest with you, Didi, I think if Kelsey did it, Megan wouldn't have pressed charges. She would have just said that it was glass. I'm being honest with you. Truthfully. If you don't think that, I mean, or just run that through your mind. Do you feel as though that she would have pressed charges? I think if Kelsey did it, she was just not fucked with her no more. But yeah, let's see.
You want to know exactly how I'm feeling? Yes, sir. I just stood here in this Los Angeles County and witnessed the worst miscarriage of justice that this world has ever seen. Yes. You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes. Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it. The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Ta and Alex Bott.
They met on Saturday before.
They met with our witness. Night. And then the man came back, and I sat in the hallway while he sat with Jody Little, the prosecutor's investigator, who acted so dumb, an intelligent woman who did not want, listen, I've seen so much evidence buried in this, and I know exactly what the public out here will say. Don't talk. You will say, I say this because I'm a father. See, I am a father of thousands around the world. I'm a father of my kids, but a spiritual father to many. And I don't make stupid allegations because I got nothing better to do. You all have been bartering and trading the souls of young black and brown men in this country. And I'm calling on all the umbrellas. I'm calling on everybody in this country to begin to rise up because your sons have been done dirty. It's not over. It's not over. God does not lose.
Never.
And even though we have come to this juncture, trust me, you will see that our God does not fail.
This is not the
I know that this is wickedness. This district attorney, Miss Kathy Ta, is the same one that witnessed or knew that 5 sheriff's deputies in LA County beat up a Spanish man with the last name Carrillo until the guy was beaten to and passed out. ABC News interviewed that man after Eyewitness News, and he said, I thought I would never be here to see my child born, and I would never been able to be around to see my other child rise up. But I'm telling you, this court system is not for justice. It's about wins and losses, and they do dirty to do whatever they can. Jay-Z, let me speak to you.
He has kids.
Let me talk to you. Yes. Because my son refused to sign a Rock Nation deal with you. And Desiree Perez, you wicked witch, you snitch. You turned on your co-conspirators, all the whole mafia, one of you that was peddling drugs in this country, and you rolled on them before so the Fed to give you a deal. All of you, trust me, I have intercessors, prayer warriors around the world, and they will not stop until you are cut off. No, we don't shoot you with guns, but we know exactly how to bring you down in the spirit.
They all have children.
No, it's all done.
Let's go.
Open way, guys. Open up.
Wait, my brother's reputation.
Watch this stuff.
All right, so that was the video of Tory Lanez's dad giving a statement after the verdict. So you said you believe him. I feel sorry for Tory Lanez's father. I told y'all it's Rock Nation. Let's see. I pray for our brother Tory Lanez. Everyone pray for Tory Lanez. Let's do what we can to help our brother out of jail. People are innocent. He is. So do y'all think that do you feel like Jay-Z? Y'all feel like Jay-Z and Rock Nation had a lot to do? Let me tell you something, right? And Zay, shout out to Zay for telling me to pull that up. But I don't know if, like, this is why I'm trying to say, like, we all are different. Real talk. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's keep it a stack, right? This week I've heard so much commentary. I heard people who were dead set on this being a mistrial or whatever. People are very passionate when they speak. You could listen to me and I could talk to you every day about eating healthy and everything, and I could be swallowing chips and greasy bacon and all of that, and I can give up here and I can deliver it and I can talk and make it sound good. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say that his father's statement wasn't passionate, but he was gonna do nothing less but do a passionate statement. I think people are very sensational, like they get riled up in it. So I mean, shout out to Zayd's telling me pull that up. I feel like anybody's gonna ride for their child. A lot of people, especially, we've seen things happen when, you know, somebody could be guilty of something and you see mothers. What happened with that the man that the Sweetie Pies, you see how his mother was still riding. This is nothing less of that. Like, understand that, you know what I'm saying? That was going to happen anyway. So let's play this again though, because I felt like his energy was crazy. So let's listen to this one more time.
You want to know exactly how I'm feeling? Yes, sir. I just stood here in this Los Angeles County and witnessed the worst miscarriage of justice that this world has ever seen. You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it. The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Ta and Alex Bott.
They met on Saturday before. They
met with our witness. And then the man came back, and I sat in the hallway while he sat with Jody Little, the prosecutor's investigator, who acted so dumb, an intelligent woman who did not want, listen, I've seen so much evidence buried in this, and I know exactly what the public out here will say. Don't talk. You will say, I say this because I'm a father. See, I am a father of thousands around the world. I'm a father of my kids, but a spiritual father to many. And I don't make stupid allegations because I got nothing better to do. You all have been bartering and trading the souls of young black and brown men in this country. And I'm calling on all the umbrellas. I'm calling on everybody in this country to begin to rise up because your sons have been done dirty.
That's right.
It's not over. It's not lose.
Never.
And even though we've come to this juncture, trust me, you will see that our God does not fail.
This is not the
I
first
know that this is wickedness. This district attorney, Miss Kathy Tarr, is the same one that witnessed or knew that 5 sheriff's deputies in LA County beat up a Spanish man with the last name Carrillo until the guy was beaten to and passed out. ABC News interviewed that man after Eyewitness News, and he said, I thought I would never be here to see my child born, and I would never been able to be around to see my other child rise up. But I'm telling you, this court system is not for justice. It's about wins and losses, and they do dirty to do whatever they can. Jay-Z, let me speak to you.
He has kids.
Let me talk to you.
Yes.
Because my son refused to sign a Rock Nation deal with you.
Yes.
And Desiree Perez, you wicked witch, you snitch.
Yes.
You turned on your co-conspirators, all the whole mafia, one of you that was peddling drugs in this country, and you rolled on them before so the Fed could give you a deal. All of you, trust me, I have intercessors, prayer warriors around the world, and they will not stop until you are cut off.
Yes.
No, we don't shoot you with guns, but we know exactly how to bring you down in the spirit.
They all have children.
Enough
They all
said.
have children.
It's all
Let's
done.
Let's go. I like that.
Open way, guys. Open up. Open up. Open up.
Wait, my brother's reputation.
Watch this stuff.
All right, so that's that. Let's see. We have to use our voices. We're still waiting for other real justice in the FBI to give us real justice on a poor girl who went to Mexico and murdered by friends. Exactly. We're still waiting for justice for that. You know what I'm saying? I believe in it. Let's see. I believe in the industry dirty, truly. Can I ask y'all a question? This though, so we know that Megan Thee Stallion is signed to Rock Nation, right? She's signed to Rock Nation. Tory Lanez is not. But all I want to tell you is, I want to ask you a question. Did that contract signing make that gun go off and what I'm trying to tell you is to dig deeper mentally when somebody says something to you. You know what my issue is, and people can attest to this. I'm not impressed by everything that person tells me, no matter, because people are sellers. Like, people sell shit, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is that with all of that being said, it's just like something still happened, though. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to tell you. I can't rejoice in Tory being guilty, because the way that this story was mixed up, I didn't know if Kelsey did it, but somebody definitely did something to Megan Thee Stallion. What I'm trying to tell you is that contract signing, did that make the gun go off that night? Did that make the gun go off? Did Rock Nation make that gun go off? I want you to use logic. Just stop being so enthralled with me. I don't get down like that. You can process however you want to. People are highly emotional, and they say that women are the ones who are not logical. But sometimes I'll be feeling like men are not logical either. So say we were to blame Rock Nation in this situation, but what made that shooting happen that night? Was that Rock Nation who pulled the trigger? Who did that? Come on. You had Kelsey who tried to be gangsta in the damn courtroom, but then she lied. She lied, and they thought that shit was going to be thrown out. But I'm telling you, that weighed heavily in this case. I personally feel that it did. I personally feel that it did. But it's like, hold on a second. No eyewitness and no DNA is crazy that he got convicted. So we got too fast. We got to get our spirit right and strong. Wrong. And I'm going to keep screaming that Megan needs to be canceled, period. Well, just don't support her. That's how I feel about that. Wouldn't surprise me if they did it to help Megan's case. They did what to help Megan's case? Oh, you mean play the interview? True, you got some point, LaRon. Yeah, it's like people be so thrilled by the theatrics. A person is gonna perform. If something happened to my nieces or anybody in my family and I have to do anything, I'm going to give them the utmost and whatever. You understand that that was designed to happen. Rock Nation didn't make that gun go off that night. And people, and this is why I'm saying, you ever know, like, this is why I love people like Tanya TKO. And it's just like just like different conversations she was had. She was just like she was talking to women in one of her videos, and she was just like, ladies, you got to be careful, because she was like, men will perform rapid fire on every thought that you have. He will break down. It's like she was doing a video saying that, like, say you're a girl and you just like, oh, I don't mess around with a guy until certain things is verified. He will try to break that down and make you have sex on the first night, to asking you to break all of your rules that you set up that you normally govern yourself by. And then it's just like any and everything that you have, they'll break it down. I'm not one of those people. I'm very firm, and it could be to my detriment, but I just don't really buy everything. I don't. And people are performers, just like me being from New York. When people are trying to hustle you and sell you stuff, I don't like being hustled, because I'm from New York. I know how that go. Don't try to keep talk. I'm not interested. No, I don't even waste your time. Even when I go in the stores and they be trying to get you signed up for different things, I'll be like, oh, I'm already a customer. Yep. I was like, yeah, leave me alone. I don't like to be hustled, because I know what it's like, you know what I'm saying? But I get it, because it's business. But nah, I'm not sad. I don't get, like, I don't hold on to words. Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I wish there were some details of this case. Like, what was the reasons? Like, how did we know that he was found guilty on all three counts, but I want to hear I want to read, like, I don't know if they have like case notes or anything like that, but I will want to read, why did they come to that determination? What weighed heavy in the case of him with him being found guilty? I'm telling you, is that Kelsey tried to hold it down for the G's. See, listen, y'all need to be mad at Kelsey, the streets. That's who y'all need to be mad at, because Kelsey what she did was, at this trial, she tried to come and hold it down for the streets and made it seem like, oh, she just forgot. I told people when I went live last week, I said, unless she has some medically diagnosed memory loss, medically diagnosed, hence within the past 2 months, you fucking lying. Come on, we all go through shit, but there ain't no way motherfuckers don't just forget shit like that. You might, like me right now, I know that I gotta go to the store. I might have in my mind right now that I need vanilla extract when I go. I fuck around, get home, be like, fuck, that's forgetting. You don't just fucking snitch or no, I'm not gonna call her a snitch, because maybe that's the truth. But you just don't say no shit, run up in the pulpit, and then now you acting like you don't know what's going on. Now you don't act like you know what's going on. So yeah, all of the people pointing the finger at, I don't feel like you should point the finger at Megan, because I feel like she got justice. But if you trying to figure out why this happened, Kelsey played a part in this, and she lied, and she tried to hold it down for the G's in the pulpit, and that's just it. I feel like that weighed heavily. Me personally, I want to read the case notes, if that's possible, if that is released. Kelsey could have been the difference, but she was probably threatened or paid off. The crazy thing is, what if she was paid off and she still ended up getting him jammed? You think Tory and them knew about that interview from September? I'm telling you, that in that jail, I feel like the jail phone call, and they used that, and then the fact that she lied, and then also you think about this, many people was reporting that Kelsey went back to the chamber with the judge. We don't know what she said off the stand. We don't know. We don't know if she blamed him behind the scenes. You don't know that. Real talk. They all lied. I'm surprised the case wasn't thrown out. Why was Kelsey fighting Megan? And you know what would have made more sense to me then? If she was trying to hold Tory down, Kelsey probably, see, people don't be knowing the law. She probably didn't think that interview would matter if she came in and she contradicted it. And people were so happy about that, like, oh, she didn't remember, whatever. And we all thought that was going to debunk this case, and then it was going to be a mistrial. But I felt like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like in life, we know that people get charged, shit don't pan out the right. Listen, I feel like, and this is why I feel like it's so conflicting, because I feel like Megan did get justice. I know that people love Tory. I don't want to, go in on him, but what about the Megan getting justice? It's like, all y'all focusing on is that. It's like, what about Megan? Y'all don't care about Megan, because y'all feel like she was still walking after the case, but something still happened. I just feel like this case drug out for so long, so maybe people are just kind of like, well, she's fine now. She got Grammy. She did that. And I want to say this to the people who applaud that, right? When they bring that up and saying that Megan was doing fine because of #1 records and stuff, you got to realize that was manipulative as fuck. I don't give a fuck how you feel about that. I don't care how you feel. That was very manipulative. That ain't have shit to do with somebody being shot. Come on. Come on. A lot of people just be, and this is why I said the other day, be very careful of what you retain. And like, even for me, if you don't like me, don't listen to my channel, but just be careful of the commentary that, because you will just start just thinking some shit like, and this person I had this conversation with, it was just like the what ifs and the what ifs and the illustration was just out of this world for it to not even be that. I'm just telling you. You wouldn't want somebody to illustrate some shit on some real story that you tell, and then you illustrate in the what if, and like, well, I'm telling you, so what if this happened? What if she actually kicked this but they found a warm firearm? You still not, like, that doesn't make sense. A gun went off. So why? It's like, you should have caught yourself and asking me the what if when that happened. It's like, you don't want to believe the worst of the person who you like the most. You know that. People be attracted to content creators and they find out that they be like actual offenders and stuff like that, and you feel you've been supporting blindly and shit like that. You don't know. So why change the story quick? Didn't Kelsey, let's see, so why change the story quick? Didn't Kelsey deny about him paying? So who's lying? Yeah, but Kelsey also did an interview when she said that she was pressured, and they played the audio and she wasn't pressured. She lied about that too. She was crying. They said that she was completely comfortable. So I'm telling you, we need to find a way to get like the case notes or whatever, because I feel like that weighed heavily, and she tried to lie. She tried to give it up for the hood and try to make it seem like Kelsey ain't no snitch. Oh, Kelsey held that shit down. She's a bad bitch. She's a bad bitch up in the pulpit, up in the, doing her testimony. Bad bitch. Bad bitch. She held that shit down. Nope. Because what she said prior contradicted it. And then I'm telling you, you might think that this is crazy. If she was said that she forgot the way that she did that interview, you know what I would have wanted? I would have wanted a medical note from the doctor to say that there's been issues with memory due to trauma and XYZ. Come on, you can't just tell. Come on. I know that people think that they can just say what they say, but that shit is being judged. It's like, come on. You don't just forget something like that. Unless you suffering from dementia or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? And they ignored the inconsistencies and stuck with what looked like the most definite. So I want to know, I didn't see anybody put that in the comments. I want to know, what does it mean? What does it mean if Tory is going to be deported? Does that mean that he's still going to serve? Still has to serve time, or he'll just be deported and won't be able to like enter the United States? That's crazy. This is where his biggest bases are. And you know what's so crazy? I hate to say it, but I feel like now that he's found guilty, Megan is definitely about to sue for money. I don't know if she's going to come at bloggers, but you know what typically happens after? Because I remember when Remy Ma, when she had accidentally shot, well, I don't know if she accidentally shot. She was mad. That girl stole money out of her shit. And, she was coming up on the art. She was coming up on the grind and shit like that. And she got shot. What I want to say is, what's sad about this situation is that artists, they're responsible typically for their whole family. They're the bread and butter. They make shit move. So could you imagine how this impact? I understand that this is going to impact his family like greatly. She didn't lie. She knew she lied to prosecutors, and that's why she refused. Hold on a second. You said she didn't lie. She didn't lie on stand. She knew she lied to prosecutors, and that's why she refused to lie on stand. She didn't want to perjure herself. And you still defending Kelsey. Kelsey told them the truth in September. Why would you? Come on. Let's think honestly. Let's think honestly, that girl. If we from the streets, and I know that this is going to get back to the hood, why am I going to go in there and tell niggas that you did something if I'm going by whatever code, right? No, what she did in there is that she told the truth. That shit, come on. I'm going to tell you this, that she told the truth. And what happened was she got up in front of them and she wanted to look a certain way and to get the message out like, oh, like, she maybe thought that her immunity was going to, that would be a wash. But I'm telling you, I feel like that weighed heavily. She lied and they played it. So you have to think that has some sort of validity it has some validity. This is why I don't drink alcohol. Even Kylie Jenner had to ask her to leave because she was so drunk. Or he will serve time, then get deported. Damn. Hell yeah, I would sue if I was her. Bloggers did the most. I think that it's I feel like a raft is gonna come. But I don't know. Especially since this verdict found guilty, Megan is gonna come for pockets now. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. But shit. Let's see. He was at a certain time. He has to serve his time in prison in Colorado. I mean, in Canada. Meg doesn't act like a victim the way that she does. Meg doesn't act like a victim the way she does people. She's very manipulative. I felt bad for her, but she is not a good person. And sometimes bad things happen to change a person for good. It's a life lesson. But do you apply that same message to Tory? Maybe Tory needed a life lesson too to calm down and not do things like this. I just want to know if you applying that message in that regards too. Let me know, Tamira. I really want to know. I'm dead ass. I like what you said. And I'm going to be honest with you. I felt as though that your message sticks because I told you before that Megan got into this situation because she was trying to use Tory for his quarantine radio. She liked what he had going on there. So, she was heavy on Tory. Tory. That's why she got into the situation from being a clout chaser. And that's been my thing this whole time. Okay. I get my hold on a second. Okay. Okay. I'm not feeling you, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, I'm leaving anyway. You know. Let's see. What's Amira saying? Was it the truth? Because she stated Rock Nation was blackmailing her to release a sex tape if she said anything out of line. Should I feel like a sex tape would have helped her in 2022? Everybody doing sex tapes. I don't think a sex tape would have been a bad thing for Kelsey. It would have been embarrassing, but shit, they tried to embarrass they embarrassed Megan Thee Stallion this week, called her all types of hoes and shit. So I mean, I thought at first the way that they was fighting and the way that they were talking about that, how Megan was getting the best of her, maybe Kelsey had shot her because she was getting the best of her. But I honestly feel like this. I'm being truthful. I think that the reason why I think Tory did it is because if Kelsey shot her, she would have stuck to that story about the glass. And you got to realize this. What was Tory doing online that triggered Megan to come out? You got to look at the early details. What did he do to make her come out and say that and that certain shit was happening. That certain things were happening. Just the admittal. You got to admit in life. You don't grow from not admitting. You don't. You know what was going on. What caused that girl to come out and make that statement? It was a lot of things going on with different news sources and different stories coming out. Come on. And Megan got wind of it. What caused what caused her to come out and do this. Like, you might not agree with her and you might not feel like the verdict was right, but you remember how this shit started and what caused it all. I don't want to see any mainstream women get in positions like Cardi or Meg again. There's better places to be with better people. This is what you get when there are too many manipulative people in the mix. I agree. I think that Tory manipulated her and Kelsey to fight. I felt like that whole situation it was a toxic mix, too much DNP. Tory was DN Megan P and DN Kelsey P, and then it's too mixed up. It's too mixed up. You done with Megan, Jay-Z, even Beyonce. Oh no, you won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. Nah, I ain't done with Beyonce. And I'm not blaming Rock Nation. And I'm trying to tell you, I want to say this, right? I'm going to play this audio one more time and then I'm getting out of here. But I want to say this to you, right? Was Rock Nation in that car or whatever when that gun went off? I want to tell you, a lot of y'all hold on to each and every word a person says. They're just words. They're just said in you understand what I'm saying? This man, he's going to ride for his son. He wants justice for his son. I'll flip it for you. They went into that courtroom with God on their side, right? They went in there saying that God was going to do. So if God, if his will, if it's God's will, then was this a true fate? You know, people want to move the goalposts each and every time. I'm asking you. I'm being serious with you. A person is going to defend. We see what the owner of Sweetie Pies, what the woman is doing. She's holding her son down. He killed her grandbaby, killed the grandbaby. But you know what? I think, and I told y'all this is the emotional intelligence of it all, right? Even though that man orchestrated and got her grandbaby killed, there's a part of her that still care about her son. There's a part that when she gets in interviews and does stuff for publicly, her son may see this. So she has to be strong because what if he takes his life, and she would hate to be like that hate for that to happen. Oh, my damn mother done turned on me. Come on. I feel personally, and I feel like that's emotional intelligence. I feel like that's why Miss Robbie holds her son down in the news. And I feel like any mother would naturally do that, or they would just be mum on the matter. Like, I hate what happened. And, you know, you know, I still love him. And, that's all you could really kind of do. That's all you could really do. But she never denounced him. She never, denounced him in any way. She never came against him, because that still is a delicate situation. But what I want to say is that you see a person, like, I'm not saying that was Zay's MO when he's seen it, like, this is passion, this must be true. But I've seen people perform before. My brother, he used to be the biggest con artist. Have you ever known somebody who took something from you and they helped you find it and they knew that? That's where I learned that at an early age, that was real. I learned that in the early 90s. A person will take something from you and help you find it. Yeah, like the performative arts. I'm telling you, you got to be able, and I'm not saying that maybe Tory father really does feel the way, and do you realize this is a reality too? Do you know that some people lie to their parents and they don't even tell them the truth? So they only know one event. You know that you probably did it. People be lying. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, my relationship, like with my mom and if I did it, I did it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to talk about it or whatever, right? But certain people, they will keep a thing going. They will keep it going. But you have to realize at the end of the day, a parent is going to hold their child down. Unfortunately. So I heard black magic spells ain't no joke. Either way, Megan's career is over. Does that make you happy, Ashley? I just want to know. Do you feel if you feel like Megan's career is over, do you feel like that makes you happy? Do you feel like she didn't deserve the justice or anything like that? Oh, I'm so tempted to eat a snack. Like, let me know. Let's see. All right, so listen, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Please leave a like and support the channel. Tory always gets out of hand and he's violent. That's what I'm saying. He has a history of it. If you can compare and say Megan is a hoe, don't move the goalposts. If you feel like Megan is a hoe and she has a history of being a hoe, and Tory has a history of being violent. We're not rejoicing. We're not coming in rejoicing in his guilty plea. No, we're not. I'm happy that Megan got justice. I am, because people have been dragging her for a while. Even this week, they've been dragging her. So, I'm about to get off here. I got to go run some errands. I want to also listen to other people's commentary as well. Just remember that Megan did not press charges. LAPD did. If you want to cancel Megan, give that energy to her attorneys and the district attorney. Oh, that was very supportive, Zay. Shout out to Zay for supporting Megan. Just remember that Megan did not press the charges. LAPD did. So if you want to cancel Megan, give that energy to her attorneys and give it to Kelsey too, because Kelsey made I think that she wasn't a star witness, but that I'm telling you, her report. Hold on a second. I kind of don't want to, but I kind of want to. I could have a half a cookie. Hold on. It's the holidays anyway, so hold on. All right, so So you think that his dad bringing up Rock Nation is valid? Countless of times artists try to expose the industry and something happened to them. But Tory does have a history of abuse. Thanks for being rational, Lola, because my only argument to your statement is, was Rock Nation with them that night when this popped off? All right, one more time.
You want to know exactly how I'm feeling? Yes, sir. I just stood here in this Los Angeles County and witnessed the worst miscarriage of justice that this world has ever seen. Yes. You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes. Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it. The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Ta and Alex Butt.
They met on Saturday before. They
met with our witness. And then the man came back, and I sat in the hallway while he sat with Jody Little, the prosecutor's investigator, who acted so dumb, an intelligent woman who did not want, listen, I've seen so much evidence buried in this, and I know exactly what the public out here will say. Don't talk. You will say, I say this because I'm a father. See, I am a father of thousands around the world. I'm a father of my kids, but a spiritual father to many. And I don't make stupid allegations because I got nothing better to do. You all have been bartering and trading the souls of young black and brown men in this country. And I'm calling on all the umbrellas. I'm calling on everybody in this country to begin to rise up because your sons have been done.
It's really performative. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Please don't take what I'm saying as disrespectful. It's really performative. I get it. He's upset. That's his son first. He plays a huge role in that family. Like,
dirty.
That's right.
It's not over. God does not lose.
Never.
And even though we have come to this juncture, trust me, you will see that our God does not fail.
This is not the
I know that this is wickedness. This district attorney, Miss Kathy Ta, is the same one that witnessed or knew that 5 sheriff's deputies in LA County beat up a Spanish man with the last name Carrillo until the guy was beaten to and passed out. ABC News interviewed that man after Eyewitness News, and he said, I thought I would never be here to see my child born, and I would never been able to be around to see my other child rise up. But I'm telling you, this court system is not for justice. It's about wins and losses, and they do dirty to do whatever they can. Jay-Z, let me speak to you.
He has kids.
Rock Nation.
Yes.
Because my son refused to sign a Rock Nation deal with you.
Yes.
that's performative to me because that didn't make the gun go off that night. This is what I'm saying. People get too, and I understand his plea. I understand it, but that don't have nothing to do with, they don't have anything to do with the two. They don't. Now, I get it when they're saying like the lawyer related to Rock Nation and stuff, and maybe they pushed the, you know, they pushed the DA or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is that Rock Nation didn't make that gun go off that night. Be realistic. See, a lot of people just be mad.
And Desiree Perez, you wicked witch, you snitch.
Yes.
You turned on your co-conspirators, or the whole mafia, one of you that was peddling drugs in this country, and you rolled on them before so the Fed could give you a deal. All of you, trust me, I have intercessors, prayer warriors around the world, and they will not stop until you are cut off. No, we don't shoot you with guns, but we know exactly how to bring you down in the spirit.
They all have children.
No,
They all
said,
have children.
it's all done.
Let's go.
Open way, guys. Open up.
So there you have it, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here because I need to go do a little run before the store closes. So listen, I hope all of y'all have a blessed, happy Christmas season. I heard was moving like she was moving like a mobster. Theirs was getting down and dirty, huh? So let's see. I'm pretty sure Megan Thee Stallion and her fans are really happy. I'm happy that Megan got justice. Yeah, I'm not going to get on here and celebrate that Tory is down, but I am going to say that I'm happy that Megan got justice. You know, a lot of people put a lot of dirt on her name. And, you know, I just feel like justice was served in a way, hopefully, you know, let's see what Megan says next, or what's the next from Megan Thee Stallion. You know, will you be supporting Megan? Are you happy? Or do you feel like this case had a lot of theatrics, and then you realize, do you feel as though that you were caught up in it emotionally based on a certain circumstance? Do you feel like Megan deserves anything? Like, what? Let me know. Anyway, this is your boy LeBron, female rap elite. I'm about to get up out of here. I hope y'all have an amazing weekend. I might come on over the weekend. Take care, everyone, and be safe during the holidays. Yeah, stay warm because it's definitely cold out. So anyway, I'm up out of here. Be safe. Peace.
How many times I got to let y'all bitches know I'm why so many bitches wanna take my flow? I'm too hot, too dope, flow like that pink Chris and mimosa. Who the fuck doper? Niggas wanna run up in my spot.
Look, Baby Go 2 is reloaded. Got the hottest tape in the streets right now. Yeah. Listen, look, they done broke up the young and now they got me started. Used to post in a vacant apartment, shoot like a rapper but move like an artist. Only see blue when I run out this carpet. Listen, think it's time that I clear up the rumors about who got the city on offense. I am not shorty, they see I maneuver, cause when I be stepping, moving them stoppers, I get that motivation to the realest. I'm missing to my bag and now my feelings. I make a couple thousand for my ministry, little step on mommy, little minutes. I see him throwing shots but I don't feel it. We don't even know your block the corn spin it. Please you going, I already did it. The money is showing, made it up for citizens. Got up the porch, I fell in love with the court. I cannot play for no lackers. Run on the tour, realized I had to see more. You be dumb if you still go backwards. Girl is a cross, she only beat for the sport. So we catch you in here while I asked her. Move like a boss, I fell in love with my sauce and I heard it until it was rapper. Hold on, that's tough. I just straight out the town, that's us. Tell them I got the crown. Now what if the homies ain't feeling your sound? That's much. We're too booked in around, that's much. I left my dog and I found bad luck. If you play with my name, you a clown. That's us from my team to LA. I am now that us. No, I'm not underrated, that's an understatement. I'm the hottest coming off the beach. Went from my mother basement to 100 stages. I remember saving up for sneakers. Got me a deal before I got a feature. I was convinced to play me on his speaker. Body like never let nobody reach her. If he gon' say it, do it on a Nina. Flow unlocked. Way too smart, I don't know no op. Stay to my lane, I know nuts up and they know what I can cause they know my block. I put in 50 froze up rocks, so I'll go ahead and take it, go show my knock. Mama gon' pray cause she know my fault. I'm just trying to get paid and control my spot. Clack, 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 boom! Hottest in the city, you already know it. Baby Go 2 reloaded. Clap!